Hi, I'm the Angry Librarian and I've just finished reading Philip Palmer's HellShip. The HellShip is a planet-sized craft which jumps between dimensions and universes, killing every single member of any species it encounters along the way. However, from every species they do meet, they save one member, and then they take that member prisoner and make them witness the total annihilation of everything they've ever known and loved, and then they're placed inside a prison inside the HellShip itself. Over several eons, the HellShip has amassed quite a collection of different species, and over time they've learnt how to work together to form a more peaceful and harmonious society within the ship itself. But all that changes when mighty warrior Sharuk finds his world obliterated and is placed within the collection. Now, as you can imagine, Sharuk is absolutely outraged with what's been going on. His whole planet's been destroyed, his family's been slaughtered, and he himself was killed in the heat of battle, but somehow he's been resurrected and placed a prisoner aboard the HellShip, and he wants revenge, and he wants the blood of the people that run the HellShip, the people responsible for killing countless millions of species throughout different universes and dimensions, and he's going to do this either on his own, or by enlisting the help and teamwork of all the other species on this ship. Now, they've been using teamwork to have a peaceful existence. He wants to make the teamwork not so peaceful. He wants to use it to get revenge. And that's the key focus here, teamwork. Well, that and a menagerie of mind-boggling species, immortality, colourful insults that are not good for the faint of heart, and a species of aliens where the males have two penises but can never come. Let's just stick with teamwork though, shall we? Now, teamwork is a phrase that you find bandied about the workplace quite a lot. It's one of those key words that employers like to find appearing on their radar and every now and then. And like all keywords that their employers look for, it's a steaming pile of shit. Teamwork doesn't exist, not even slightly. It's one of these mythical ideals that even Bigfoot and Nessie would find hard to wrap their minds around. When you think of the word teamwork, what actually comes to mind? 7 dwarfs working together to mine for gold or whatever it is they mine for? An orchestra playing to a packed house? A firing squad with one of their own in their sights? Teamwork at its most deadly. All of the 7 dwarfs have differing over-the-top personalities. They're never going to get any work done. All they're going to do is bicker with each other, which is probably a good thing because we all know there's no gold left for them to look for. All the munchkins have taken it to the land of Oz. I mean, where else did they get that yellow brick road from? As for orchestras, they may seem like they work as a well-oiled machine to create beautiful music, but when you actually look at it closely, there's a guy waving a stick randomly at people, while the rest of them play whatever comes to mind, and they call the result a beautiful rendition of a classical composer's piece of music. I mean, the guy's usually been dead for hundreds of years, so it's not like he's going to pop up and ask what the fuck are they playing. And as for the firing squad, you've got 8 men, but only one of them's got live ammunition. This is so that they don't feel guilty about killing the man. They can all claim that they didn't have the live ammunition, they didn't shoot the fatal shot. But that's just bollocks! They just single out one man and make him do all of it, and the rest of them do fuck all. As I've already said, teamwork is a complete fallacy. And do you know why? Because it requires 100% participation and cooperation from everybody involved. And it's an Angry Librarian fact that no matter what the task is, there's always going to be 1 or 2 people that, quite frankly, are just a waste of space and don't join in. Even the animal kingdom can't be asked with teamwork. Sure, you can look at a team of huskies pulling a sled and say they're working together, but they don't have a choice, they're chained together for fuck's sake. The dogs at the back don't want to pull the sled, but they don't really have a choice when the dog in front's pulling them forward and the human behind them's whipping them. The people in the Human Centipede films eventually look like they're working together as a team, but then what other choice do they really have? If one person refuses to join in, then it's not a team effort, and more often than not, that's the case. Every job I've ever had, be it in retail, childcare, office work or librarian work, requires this concept of teamwork to get certain tasks done, and in my experience it always falls flat on its arse. In my current job, it usually falls on its fat, flabby arse, just not as often or as seriously as I'd like it to. In my previous videos, I've made jokes about how the government are making cuts to councils, and as a result, councils are cutting funding to their local library services. And scarily, this is all true. And the first thing to go after the tea bags have been replaced by an inferior brand is staff. Now, in any role, a decrease in staff requires that the rest of the staff pull together and coordinate their efforts to deal with the existing workload. But does this actually happen in real life? Our survey says, does it fuck? Even if it's a quiet day at my workplace, I end up coming home absolutely shattered. And that's usually because I've been teamed up with someone who's been diagnosed with a terminal case of the bone idleness. So even on a quiet day, I do the work of 2 to 3 people, and that is just not on. I threw this round at one of my friends the other day, and he was adamant that teamwork does exist, and he wanted to prove it so badly that he turned to what he always turns to in a crisis: sex. He started going on about how sex between 2 people is a shared effort, a time when 2 people literally do have to work together to become one well-oiled machine. Take that, orchestra. This is all bullshit. There's always going to be one person putting in more effort and doing more work than the other one. And instead of calming me down, my friend had done nothing but infuriate me even more. So he reached over, grabbed his laptop, opened the screen and loaded up some porn. I'm pretty sure he's got an addiction. Threesomes, he screamed. Spit roasting, piggy in the middle, 3 people working together to pleasure all involved. What a nonsense. I grabbed the laptop off him and I fast forwarded the clip to the main event and I said, there, that guy at the back is ramming away for all that he's worth. He's literally hard at work, whilst the guy at the front is kind of stood there, slowly swaying backwards and forwards, totally out of proportion to the guy at the back. If anything, the guy in the middle was working harder than the other 2 combined because he's multitasking. And before my friend could load up any more videos, I told him right there that using 2 hands to have a wank does not count as teamwork. There's only you there, so once the job in hand is finished, there's no one to pat on the back, and patting yourself on the back is liable to get kind of messy. Anyway, back to the work situation. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the only person in my work that does anything. There are a few of us, but we're the minority. We do try to work as a team, but because of the other ones, it always falls on its arse before the first customers actually walk through the door. If you're having trouble working out who these wastes of space are, you just need to look out for these 4 characteristics. Firstly, these lazy non-team players will happily take credit for all the work that you've done. Secondly, these fetid turds with legs remain blissfully unaware that they're the reason why no work is getting done. Thirdly, these survived abortions that somehow managed to find employment are always the first to complain if they notice that you're falling slightly behind with your workload. And fourthly, these cock-sucking, mouth-breathing... Do you know what? After reading all the insults in this book, my insults pale in comparison. I'm going to have another go. Bear with 1 second. These mother rapers whose children ought to transform into mutated freaks so they can rape them up the arse, then eat them alive, then shit them out, then eat that shit, then vomit it back out, thanks Sharrock, are the main reason why extinction of staff morale is happening. The lack of teamwork leads to a decrease in staff morale because people end up thinking why the hell should they bother doing anything when no one else is, which means that you get even less teamwork occurring, which means that the staff morale levels plummet even further. It's a never-ending, bitter, repeating cycle. Don't get me wrong though, we do have staff morale at my workplace. It's shelved in the fucking fiction section. The fucked up aliens in this book who've seen their whole worlds be destroyed can use teamwork to work together and form a peaceful society. Yet I live in a world where I end up doing all the work while you stand around talking about scatter cushions. Bring on the HellShip and get me the fuck out of here!